A great way to manage the devices in your class and a great tool for facilitating learning is Apple Classroom. Apple Classroom has a bunch of different options for you to be able to manage those devices, those 20-some devices sitting in your classroom. So when we open Apple Classroom, it should open up to your classes through PowerSchool. So you should see all your classes listed here. I don't have PowerSchool classes, so I had some test classes built. So when I open up a class, what will happen is you'll see all of your students, and the students whose iPads either aren't connecting will show up as a light gray, and those who are will show up as a dark gray. And you can see Jeff here is open to an app called Notability. This shows his app open right here. And so you should see all of your kids, and as long as they're in the classroom, they should be connecting. Once all of your kids are connected, you have lots of options. Those options are listed across the top and inside each individual. What I mean by that is if you want to do something to the entire class, you use these top options. If you want to do something to an individual iPad, you tap on the person. So let's go through these. Let's start here with this first option. If I wanted to open an app for the entire class, I can tap up here and all of my apps open up. If you want to open an app on your students' iPads, you must have that app on your iPad as well. And so all I would need to do to open an app on Jeff's iPad is go ahead and click one of these and it would open. But if I wanted them locked into that app so they couldn't come out of it, say you wanted them in Seesaw or Google Classroom for the next 20 minutes, then you would just click here, toggle this switch, and then click on the app. And not only will the app open on their iPads, but they'll be locked into it. Let's click out of there. The next choice that we have is Safari. Now, you can have a website open up automatically for students. So if I choose Safari here, I have access to my favorites, pretty much my bookmarks bar. And so I can save things into my bookmarks on my Safari and then open it from here. It will not lock them into the site. Even if I click this will only lock them into Safari, not into the site itself. They'll still be able to surf around. But you can open that, you can open a web address, open up a website, and if you're nervous that they're not where you want them to be, you can always check their screens, and that's what this one does. This one will show me what screen they're on, and if I want, I can use 2 fingers and pinch out and actually see much better what they're working on. Good. This next one, I've never used before, but it's for hiding the apps that are open on their iPad. So if you want their quick attention and you want to hide all their open apps, you can click on that and their apps will go away. The one most teachers use is this next one. This is to lock student iPads. So kids are off task, or you just need 2 minutes to do a quick teach piece because you're noticing that they're not understanding something. Click this button that will lock their iPads. They won't be able to get out of that lock until you unlock it. So you'll click this, it'll lock every iPad in the classroom. Even if they hit the home button, nothing will happen. The only way they can get out of the lock if they turn their iPad all the way off and then turn it all the way back on again. And this one should be self-explanatory. It's mute. And once you mute their iPad, so for example, somebody got into Pandora, they're playing a song and you can mute it, or the kids are working on YouTube and you want it to turn down, or you need their attention, you can mute that, and that will work as well. Before I go here, let's just review what we can do for individual students. So when I take and click on Jeff's iPad, here are all the same options. If I want to open up an app, navigate to a website, view just Jeff's screen, hide just Jeff's open apps, lock just Jeff's iPad, mute his iPad. And one other cool thing is the idea that we can actually AirPlay their screens up to our projector. That's something we'd have to do individually that we can, you can call Jeff or I about, showing you how to get set up. But the idea that you can take student iPads and put them up onto your Mac, which will put into the projector, it's a great tool to get kids teaching from their seats. Okay, so we're done with the class. We and where our next class is coming in, if we hit this circle with 3 dots, we have the choice to end class, and then what pops up is a class summary. So things like what apps were they using, who was using what apps for how long, and you can take a screenshot of this class summary and pull kids in at the end of class, or use it as a parent-teacher conference and say, we were working on iPads, Joey was supposed to be in these 2 apps, and here it shows me that he was not, and this is what he's working with. Could we work together to get Joey on task, especially when we're using iPads? This will not save for you. You will have to take a screenshot of this every time. Other than that, that's Apple Classroom. Thanks.